Okay, guys, once again, good morning to you. This is the third time I'm doing this at 9 a.m. now. All right, so the first part itself, right, recording part, I'll just delete later. Now we again restart the whole thing, okay? Okay, so let's just do it once again. Because it's recording, right, so I need to go back again to earlier, the very beginning, okay? So apology, let's just rewind. It's acting like that, I had to rewind myself. Okay, 20th of April 2021, Wednesday. Today is the morning MAO. All right, I remember I tell you guys that Wanton will be going up to $5 soon. Now, the reason because of inflation, and it is because that it is forming from the very point of energy prices that are going up, then relates to another. All right, I'll explain to you why is that so. But you can see that now on the heartland areas, we do see that Wanton prices are actually rising up in prices. Okay, so why do we want to talk about this? Because that's going to inform us a lot of important stuff. So today MAO is actually pretty important. So I kind of guess, is it because the boy just don't want me to say? That's why I'm having this internet problem. Joking lah. I don't think I'm so powerful enough to do that. Okay, so basically in the MAO part 2, later part, right, I talk about the 10-year yields. If you notice the 10-year yields has started to creep up, right? I told you guys that the 10-year yields will be going up soon, and indeed it really, really happened. And I'll tell you more about this. Sorry, there's some typo error here. We're talking about this, the commodities index. Now it went through the roof and it's up by 11 days in a row. And I talk about the standard business cycle to understand where are we right now. And most important, I want to show you the historical chart of crude oil, because that will give you a very good insight of what may be happening in the short term. And also, it may help you to know what to do with gold very soon too. Okay, so you really have to pay attention for today's MAO. It's going to be very, very important and informative. All right. So inflation is a problem. Okay, inflation is a problem because now inflation is a big elephant. It's going to stand storm on us. Okay. Okay, and this inflation is in the room right now. We can see, you can see and you can feel it very clearly. All right. Just go walk around your hawker center. All right. Look at the stores, especially those a bit more people one. You look carefully at the price tag. Majority of them should be altering their prices very soon, or they may have altered already. All right. How many of you have actually saw this phenomenon, right? If you have seen this phenomenon when you're walking around to buy your food stuff, right? Do you see that? If yes, key the word yes. If they no, that's key the word no, right? It's Zoom, right? So it can be much, much faster. Okay. So do you realize that when you walk around your hawker center store, your food store, do you see prices actually increasing? Might have. The more popular stores the price has went up already by at least 50 cents. And I did purposely when I asked them, I said, Auntie, why your price increased? And she go crazy on me. Say, oh, of course, this one increased, that one increased, that one increased. And then that is what I hear most of the time. All right. Yes, grocery is going up in price. Indeed, you look at it in okay, I won't mention name. Okay, all the popular supermarkets, the price has went up. Yeah, indeed. So what happened? All right, our pay may not have increased that much. Brian. Okay, maybe. Or maybe you look at the can, maybe lesser content inside there. Okay, so what is happening right now is very clear, is that our pay did not increase by 30%, but the food price around us has went up by 30% or more. So why is that so? Because that's called inflation. So when there's inflation and our purchasing power is not coming in the same context, right, then what will happen? Well, either you eat lesser, spend lesser, or you still spend the same amount, but the thing that your entitlement is reduced. So there's two ways out. One, stick with it and accept it. The other is make more money and then buy more. That's how I see it, right? So are you interested to make more money? If you are interested to make more money, right? I want money. I want to see right now, key the word I want money. All right, I want to see that. If you are actually, that's Zoom, right? So I'm quite sure you guys can do this. All right, if you want more money, I want you to write it down there. All right, I want to see how many of you are really excited to make money. All right, so we're going to see that Ryan is excited. Carl is very excited. Adrian, yes. JL, yes. Philip, yes. Phil, sorry. Eddie, yes. AL, I want money. You are very big. Oh, this one, I like. Richard, I want money. Kevin. Okay, guys, you guys want money, right? You guys really need money and want money to survive, right? Okay, wow, excellent. Okay, guys, you get it? I got it now. Now, let me tell you how to make this money today, because this is going to help you the next 6 months. Really, you really need to pay attention to today's MAO. All right, it's going to be lots of stuff. Okay, loads of stuff for you to take back home. All right. So today MAO, because of this interruption, we may finish a bit late. Probably 10 o'clock. Okay, apology on that. But we still do a Hong Kong Hang Seng views later. Okay. So now let's take a look at this thing called the sector rotation. All right, this is something Economic 101. I studied this when I'm in the when I'm doing my private A levels. Now you can see that, right? This is how it looks like. Okay, when the market is at the bottom, right, that is where they call the late contraction will be, and that is where transportation will usually be first to go. That's why if you're looking to buy into market, okay, you can consider to buy into transportation, but this one will be very slow. The better one will be services and technology. That's why in the next cycle, next time, if there can be any recession, do remember this, right? This is very important. Take this picture down if you want to, okay? Remember that you go for technology first. Well, technology is the one that's going to pave the pathway to a lot of stuff, especially in the 21st century, okay? Then slowly it will go into services, and then after that, capital goods. And when it's in the middle expansion time, basic materials will start to climb, right? Because there's a demand for it. And of course, when it comes to late expansion, where market is near the top, usually we see energy prices will be the high, then followed by commodities. And the final one that usually will happen is a consumer staples. You understand my point? Yes, indeed, right? I'm not telling you things that is no context on. I'm just telling you this is what we know. And this is what justified by many university professors. They are telling you, and this is something that is in the books. All right. So during this period of time, you see late expansion, which means the market will still continue to go higher, but it becomes very draggy. That is the point. Okay. So if that is the point itself, right, then we will see the consumer stapler will have to become a point that people will be watching it. Then when will the market pull back down? Now that is where the market starts to go into defensive industry. That is where you have to notice this. Then after that, utilities will be next. Then the last part itself, right, the financial market, right, will get into the limelight. So in short itself, right, this is called a sector rotation with the stock market and the economy. All right. So where are we now? I think that there's two ways to look at it. Some people will say we are still here. Some people say that we are actually at the top. So I'll leave it to you to decide, in your opinion, where are we right now? Okay, you make your own call. Okay, to me, we are somewhere around here in my personal my expectation here, because you can see right now, right, this is the from Bloomberg. This is from Bloomberg, and this is the crops, right? Crops, the daily supplements, right? The agriculture commodity prices is at the highest in the last 8 years. Wow, last 8 years with the highest. Okay, I mean, of course, the human being is increasing in population. Everything is going. It's normal to have the price higher, right? But the way the problem is this, guys. Look carefully, The problem is, the way that we went up itself, right, is ridiculous. We are at 220 index, all right, at one stage, and now we are at almost like 380. And this whole movement itself, right, is just within 1 year. In 12 months' time, we actually went up by such an incredible phenomenon of almost 60 to 70%, just like that. Okay. All right, so this is whereby the concerning factor is because our buying power may not have increased that much. Okay, that's one reason to watch out for. So commodity prices will be increasing. So husbands, work harder, my friends, because your wife will ask you for more money for grocery. All right, ladies, talk to your husband early first, because you know that your cost will increase. You need to strengthen the budget. Okay, so remember this. This is something that you need to take note. All right, so you can see that the corn is around 8 years high on tightening world supplies. Now, why is that so? Because of the COVID. When people are not able to go out to the field, or they're actually sick at home, or people are just not able to do the logistic, right? So all this thing is drying up. All right. Now, please do not get crazy and then after that run to the nearest supermarket to go and buy stuff. No need. Don't worry. We are still well equipped. But you must understand that is Singapore. If you look at overseas, other countries, right, they may not have this type of luxury. So that's why I can tell you this, as much as we may not like our recent cabinet restructuring or shuffling, but I can tell you this, we are very fortunate in Singapore. Really, really. Think about this, okay? We are very, very lucky. So now you can see that this is corn futures in just less than a year. Look at the way it exploded. Look at the way it exploded. I mean, some people say this is just a technical recovery. This is nothing special. We've seen even higher prices in 2010 and 2013, right? Now, we understand that. But you must understand also at that point itself, the interest rate was higher or much higher. You must understand this. Back then itself, the interest rate was much higher than today. So the question mark is this. What if the interest rate goes up? This one will go through the roof, I tell you that. So that's the reason why you must understand the difference between now and then. Now look at the wheat prices also has went up. This is talking about the 6 years to 7 years high, also performing like this. So the question is, can this sustain? And the next question will be, how can we recover from here, or what can we benefit out of this? Now, to trade wheat or corn, you guys will be subjected to the seasonality pattern, to weather, and to demand supply. So maybe another way out is you can look at gold soon. I repeat, it's good to look at gold or look at crude oil energy soon. Okay. All right. So now you can see from here, I took it from one of the online YouTuber. You can see that. Oh, sorry, I didn't think properly. But it's basically in copper. Okay, look at the copper prices. Okay, this is铝的吗? Oh, what is this actually? Went up. Well, basically all these prices, this one is木材 lumber, this is corn, this is maize. All right, look at it. All right, all of them are going crazy ballistic. All right, and this is just only from last year, July till now. So now the money is this. Okay, you may say, okay, let's just buy in commodity. No. I'm not asking you to buy now. You missed a run already. I thought about commodity 6 months ago to say, hey, you know, have some money to buy, you buy into wheat, corn, and all those stuff. Now you understand why Bill Gates has went around the whole world and buy so many farmlands. I think jackpot now, seriously, he's really in the best position right now. Now, basically, he has food and he has money at the same time. Okay? So this is the thing ongoing right now. So you guys have to stand by for this. Then why must we stand by for this? Okay? I'll explain more to you. Or you can actually find this guy. This is an 11-year-old Jersey City Wheats kid that's offering free financial services or advice, to thousands online. You can find him actually. Take down his name, okay? Oh gosh, 11-year-old giving financial advices to thousands. Oh my God, what am I doing here? I'm only offering at 200, less than 100. And I'm already 42 this year. Oh gosh, 4 times. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, when you have whiz kid like this, I remember this very well. Back in 2008, we saw this. In 2008, we have whiz kid coming out and say that they can make more money than the parents combined many folds. Back in 2008 itself, we have students doing all this. So apparently now when I see this, right, I cannot help myself but to tell you that maybe we really need to be a little bit careful already, all right? All right, so before we start this, I don't know, is it because of this, I don't do this content that causes my Facebook get blocked? Let's see whether it's true or not. Okay, right, this is LeBron James. He's a very famous basketball player. All right, I don't play basketball, but I like the game. All right, so he gave this word called, this particular quote, I like criticism, okay, and it makes you strong, all right? It makes you strong. Now, I know it's 9:14. I'm going to jump to the Hang Seng first and come back to this, okay? I know that you guys want Hang Seng, right? Okay, Okay, Hang Seng going to start trading pretty soon. I know that it's a big jump here. Hang Seng today MLP is somewhere around here, and that's 28,900. Now today, I suspect that this Hang Seng will gap down. Likely Hang Seng will gap down, and you will touch the MA 30, and that's 28,752. Okay, that will be my call for today. Okay, let's see our Hang Seng now. Going to open up very soon. Let's go. There we go. Okay, indeed, Hang Seng has gapped down. Hang Seng has gapped down a bit. Yesterday closed at 28,951, and now its opening price is 28,931, and down 20 points, not a lot. Okay, China A50, let's take a look right now. China A50 is also down, all right, and China A50 now, as you can see, is actually slightly below the MA30. MA30 for China A50 is 17150, so which means that traders, you need to watch out for this level here, 17150. Okay, now the thing is this. All right, definitely I can tell you this. A lot of shutdown is happening right now. I don't have time to bring you all shutdowns, but I can tell you this. India is definitely going to have some big trouble, serious trouble economically, and also it will affect around the whole world. Trust me on this, it will affect the whole world. And with that happening, right, then what will happen? The spillover neighbors will get hit. So one of them will be actually China. Seriously, not kidding you. All right. So this is my point right now. For China A50, if it's now have the cash market is not open yet, but the way it's coming off is quite fast. So I suspect that today the Hong Kong will be also trading down a little bit more. Today Hong Kong will be trading down a little bit more. Okay, so Hong Kong right now is trading down 50 points on the opening price, but the KSI is green in color. So which means that, right, if later on the Hang Seng come down to KTR -1 to -3, look out for potential CCRY because the KSI is green in color. Now there's a pivot 1, pivot 2 here at 28,812. So that I suspect that there will be some support artificially around here later on. Okay, there should be some support at 28,812. Okay. All right. So that we Hang Seng for time being. We'll come back to this shortly. Okay, so why do I bring out this quote this morning, right? Because I want to tell you again stuff, all right? Again, I didn't want to do this, but just very sick. All right, so hating is for the weak. Loving is for the strong. It takes more to love someone who did you wrong than it does to hate them. All right, seriously, it's all right now. Obviously, when we come to this point, I think you roughly know where am I hating again. Because last night, okay, again, same thing happened. Uncle Ben dropped me a call and told me, say, hey, Kel, okay, the guy on internet, he updated more stuff on us, especially on you, okay, and stuff like that. Then I told Ben, any big difference there itself? He said, not much big difference, it's just more stuff and, again, more attacks. So to me, is that I told Ben, look, I'm not interested to know what he wrote because to me, it doesn't give me any positive vibes. And end of the day, I don't really bother and care. All right, so the thing is this, you can see yesterday, I actually stayed on quite late. After y'all have left, I stayed on to do all the MAOs to upload into the YouTube to make sure you guys, for those who want to use YouTube to watch, you can actually listen to that. So I have my dinner or my supper at a very late time. Then, of course, my mom last week texted me this. Okay? Last Thursday, she texted me this, okay? All right. She said that, hey, you think you're a robot, huh? Hold so many classes in 1 week. Take care of yourself, no? And take care of family first. You have 2 kids to take care. Be mindful of your health, okay? All right, so you need to understand this. Even my mom actually inside our group chat, right? Out of 500 old people, right? She's one of them, yeah. Now, I put her there because she is one of a very key person in our management team. And also very important that I want her to know that, how are we growing and stuff like that. And that is how we, get ourselves all communicated. So, of course, when I blast online, she also can see, right? So, obviously, as a mother, she's very concerned for me. Then after that, I realized that, right, what have I been doing over the last 1 whole year and what have I am giving? Then I realized that, oh my God, I should give a lot of stuff. We have morning MAO, afternoon MAO, ad hoc weekend MAO, live simulation, online simulation, Super Tuesday, sometime is Super Thursday, crypto intro class, TWB event, TWB monthly revision, TW rewards you event, TWB charity, PTP, TTT, 7 Telegram groups, online e-learning portal, and etc. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. At one moment, I realized that I'm doing a lot. Now, I'm doing all this is all right. It's not, there's some monetary gain, but more important thing is that it's all for you guys. So to me, it's all right. Yes, indeed. All right. We have one particular chat making all the yada nonsense online, but I got 500 over here. So which is more important to me? So obviously, to me, it's the 500 of you guys. So seriously, if you enjoy the extra updates, go online and just Google me. You'll see the latest update. All right. I'm not going to can or bother. But if you realize that if you check and balance, you will know exactly what are we here for. Okay. So last night we have a great session. Okay? The live simulation was very good. And of course, I can tell you this, when we did the live simulation, I realized that the class apart a little bit, because yesterday we have Richard coming down, we have Cynthia coming down, we have a lot of good traders yesterday. Doris came down. All right, it was fantastic. All right, and the way they read the market was excellent. So Cynthia, obviously, she wrote this, and I didn't want to reply on the main group chat because I want to give her credit for writing this and put it right here on this morning MAO. So she really write down everything. And so I was seeing, hey, how is she writing so much thing when I'm talking? Indeed, yesterday I basically sent a very clear picture of how to understand KSI jump. All right, I'll explain this more later on in the MAO, okay? And how to use a KCX better, which I did yesterday already. And of course, how to use the BMB, all right? Especially when the BMB is side by side one another, okay? So it's a very powerful color change if that actually really happened. And of course, she really highlighted very importantly that TWB system is not a 100% system. I already said this many times, and I'm very, very open in this. You just have to execute better to actually, to use the system better, okay? And most important, all right, she also want to know MTrader. I think everybody wants to know MTrader. I really hope that day will come. As I told you guys, MTrader will only surface with a real person the day I get myself out of this shithole. All right, so I told her this, I tried within 1 year to 2 years. Once I get that result right, I will definitely introduce all of you to her. Now, for those who know her itself, because of whatever reason, all right, let's keep her identity secret so that she can come live. Because the last time where we tried to show a little bit of her straight away, it's all right, people speculated who is she exactly, and then her personal life was so affected that she had to cut away and go to hiding in a way. Okay, so that's why, my friends, please, all right, even you know who is she, shh, quiet, all right, let her have her own peace. Anyway, end of the day is that when she trades in the market, she may let me know, and if we happen to be online and we're in line together, right, I'll let you go guys know about this, okay? So Cynthia said this simulation exercise really helped and improved our eye with the chart. I think she's absolutely right. Once again, Cynthia, thank you for this write-up. I really appreciate that, okay? All right. So today we have this thing here. Today, 28th of April, we are going to have this one more round of the cryptocurrency setup. Now, last Monday, okay, we know that, right? Okay, we are all new to this. So our understanding of the fundamental part, we are quite weak. We are learning, FYI. So, but still, we don't mind sharing this good thing with you, right? Even though we may not know the best thing, we will still share things with you. So tonight is a full house once again. All right, give some credits to Susan who is doing this, standing in front of you and explain. And if you have questions and if she cannot answer you, she'll take down and she'll answer your back again later on. Okay, guys? So I'll see you guys on later today. All right, I won't be around. Yeah, I won't be around. I need to spend some time with family members. But I want you guys to come on and learn, okay? All right, so the disclaimer as usual, once again, do note, right, by staying on right now, since you guys on Zoom, so that means that I need you to key the word disclaimer. Can you do that for me? There are 72 of you, so if you are okay with this, please, at least 35 of you, please key the word disclaimer so that you guys can understand this. Whatever I share later on is to use as a learning aid and carefully consider your entries with your risk management and your current financial condition, okay? This is all very important, and by keying disclaimer, you identified me for my sharing, okay? So I have 19 names right now. We need a few more guys. Okay, if you can, please key. If you're not able to do that or inconvenient, then it's fine. But I'm sure not everybody is driving right now, right? Okay. All right, so while we're waiting for the numbers to go away, we zoom into the market now. Okay, Hang Seng has recovered off the lows. All right, off the lows, so still okay. So let's just see how it goes later. Okay, guys, we have 28 names, 2 more to go. Actually, no, sorry, 28 names, I have 6 more to go. I need 35. Okay, 29 now. Okay, we need 6 more, guys. Any 6 more nice volunteers who can actually write and key with disclaimer that will basically help me, do me good. Yeah, but on Facebook, right, because you guys are there physically, putting a disclaimer like that is good enough. For Zoom, right, I need to be a bit careful because I can't really see you guys typing and you're not using your real name, some of you, right? So that's why a little bit difficult. Yeah, okay, just for my own protection's sake. We're 33 right now. Come on, guys, 2 more to go. 2 more person out of 70 people. Ayo, so difficult. Okay, 34, last one, 35. Okay, thank you. Ayo, so hard to get. Okay, anyway, let's continue. All right, so what do we expect from Federal Reserve today? Wow, this one is very big. This one is very big. Okay, tonight, okay, or later on this morning at 2 a.m., I think, or 2:30 a.m., Federal Reserve will have to come out and speak what their decision, but obviously we know they will do nothing, no changes. But the thing is that the question will be, where is the tapering? This is a very important thing. Now, interest rate hike, we put it aside first, because before interest rate hike, they must go through one more process, and that's tapering. Tapering means reducing the amount of money they put into the system, okay? So now we're talking about $120 billion every month, and you can see that the market is still going up because of that, right? So Bank of Canada, right, has already signaled that they are not going to continue this putting more money. All right. Now this is a big problem here because if Bank of Canada do that, then the next 4 big banks they also must consider, like BOJ, BOE, Federal Reserve, all right, and ECB. All right, these banks they also must look at it already, because yes, indeed, when the economy is doing well and inflation is going up, right, you really need to pour water down or reduce the water for the market. Okay, so the thing is to be watching this word. Okay, what is the Federal Reserve going to say about their asset purchase? So Jerome Powell is expected to say that they might slow down the purchases when you see substantial further progress. Right, this is what we've been saying repeatedly. All right, so we will see what he say and must watch out the words he use. That will be very important. All right, but by and large itself, we're going to see that they will say, okay lah, let's wait and see, like kicking the can down the road, right? So this is going to be very important for today. But if you look at what I posted yesterday, I say that if let's say I'm to write this script, okay, for next few weeks, I will say that, right, Jerome Powell might hint the possibility of tapering in the later stage while still allowing inflation to slip in. Now, this actually may cause a knee-jerk effect, all right? But again, after that, the market will buy up again. You understand my point? So even there will be a pullback of sort, right? Okay, there'll be only like 4% to 8% in my personal perspective, okay? So that is what I'm seeing. All right, I don't see a crash in the near term because there's so much money available. I don't think so. Unless a black swan event or an announcement for something that make our jaw drop onto the floor, okay? So that is the reason why. Not wondering is that because I write this, that's why I'm to be having problem with Facebook today. Okay, anyway, let's see what happened. Now, we saw the big companies having their earnings, right? Alphabet, all right, wow, the big earnings came in and the stock after market went up by $100, up by 4.42% in the after hours market movement, right? This is what happened to Alphabet, Google. Microsoft actually came out okay. Their biggest revenue in 2018, but of course they had some underwriting, right, which actually causes the stock to go down by 2.56% after the result came out. Okay, so this is a bit of stunner, all right. And Starbucks also came down, all right. The forecast was higher, but they scared and worried about the international growth. So Starbucks also after market posted down. So the market was actually expecting most of the company doing well, right? Which is they did well. But the problem is their forecast is not that good. That's why yesterday you saw Tesla getting hit, right? Let's go with Tesla right now. Oh, Hong Kong coming off again. Hong Kong come down. Oh, gold has traded below 1770. Oh, okay, this is not very good. Gold, I told you guys be very careful on gold. That's why I told you guys don't chase after gold. For those who chase after gold, you need to know your downside risk. Okay, very, very, very dangerous. Okay, let me just show you Tesla right now. Tesla. Okay, there we go. Okay, you can see Tesla yesterday gapped down. Tesla gapped down $715. Then it went down all the way to $702. Remember? Now, guys, remember that I told you guys not to buy Tesla. I told you guys the KSI on Tesla is red, and I suspect that this upside will not sustain, and I suspect that it will actually go down to 700. If you remember that, can you key the word Tesla? If you remember what I told you, I did say that. You just key the word Tesla. You think that I didn't say that? Just say no. Oh, okay, good. You all remember Brian, Allison, Phil, Eileen, and Dan. I think Daniel is it. Okay, all right. Indeed, right. So Tesla, where will it go, right? 684. I believe that Tesla will come down to 684 soon. Okay. Why is that so? As I mentioned to you, right, for Tesla, the reason I'm concerned because Tesla, all right, they have come for leverage itself too much. All right, so there will be a point whereby it will hit when the inflation numbers have to go up, right? Their raw material increase and stuff like that. So 684 is the first target. 669 is my intermittent target. But if you ask me really seriously, I would rather prefer to buy somewhere around here. This is my personal price of Tesla. Here. All right, about 646 level. Okay, that is the level that I will look at it one more time. So 646 level is where I think Tesla might see a little bit of support over here. But you look on the longer scale from this, you look at Tesla. All right, Tesla, the momentum itself, right? There is a very strong big trend from this point here. Okay, you can see that the last time it was support, right? So if the Tesla, if you want to buy, is somewhere near what I told you, right, about 646 level, this should be the one that you got with Tesla fans. If the market can Tesla come down to this point here, stabilize, then it may go up again, maybe to about 730. So that is the first wave. But if the market doesn't hold and really drop, you realize that there's all red bars here, right? All of these are red bars, meaning there's no KCB around here, right? So that means that there's a few gaps around here. So based on my latest TSCB, Tesla can really potentially hit this level. Now, how many of you think that Tesla can really come down to 498? What do you think? If you think that Tesla will hit 498, please key 498. If you think that it will never come down to 498, please key the word no, N-O. All right, let me see your answer, right? If you think that Tesla will come down to 498, please key the number 498. If you think that Tesla will never come down to 498, please key the word no. Wow, Colin say yes, 498. Louis say yes. Nicholas say no. Diana say yes. Ijimi yes. Kinghua also yes. Phil yes. AL yes. Hosing no. You mean you right ego there or personal interest, obviously. Brian say no idea. And Dan say 498. And Fred also say yes, I believe. All right. Now I watched this documentary on Tesla. All right. And what Elon Musk is doing. All right. And his battle with Jeff Bezos. Do you know that, right? You know, this Elon Musk, this genius, all right, he has pumped up almost 4,500 satellites into the sky already. 4,500 satellites.
Before we start the lesson today, so I'll just feel about the.
Okay, right, 4,500, and now and the best part is this they actually got approval from NASA to pump another 7,500 more satellite into the space. Right. The best part is this. The best part of this whole thing itself, right, is that, you know, the satellite now is on top of the orbit, right? So obviously, the higher you go, you can put in more. But what he does now is that he actually proposed to put it lesser but more dense, lower level. So basically, there's a bit of blockage, you know, in a way. And NASA actually approved on that. And because NASA now, right, really need their help, because he is the only guy now, the cheapest spaceship company that allow, you know, the cost is so cheap, because basically what happened is that, right, he allowed his technology can come back after, you know, normally spaceship go up already, they get combustion and they just, you know, just become scrap metals, right? But his comes back. So now Jeff Bezos is very pleased with him, apparently, right? Complain and stuff like that. But the question is this: Jeff Bezos have not put even one satellite up yet. So that was a laugh, actually. All right, but this is scary. This guy, Elon Musk, right? If he can really do what he wants to do, this guy can go very, very, very far. Really very far. So yes, indeed, if there's any reason for this Tesla to come back down to 498 level, right, I would rather think to look for good opportunity to buy into that. So that's what I'm saying here. Okay. Yeah, indeed, King Hua, there are some rumors say that this China and his relationship may get in some trouble. Yeah, indeed, because of USA undeniable. Okay, so that is my view on Tesla. Let's hope really you can see this number 498. Okay, so we have saw some of the earnings already. So today we're going to see Facebook, we'll see Ford, Shopify, ADP, and CME Group, right? But do note this tonight we're going to see this one. We're going to see the US Federal Reserve this rate decision. Okay, and after that, next day is Amazon already, right? Amazon will come on their earnings, McDonald's, and Merck and Twitter. Okay, so watch out for this one. This is a big week, basically. Okay, so now we look at what happened last time. Dow Jones. Well, Dow Jones basically was it gapped down actually. It gapped down. Then after that, tried to trade higher and higher and higher before ending near the opening price. So it ended doji in short. So what is the reason for that? Because Everybody is waiting for the big tax earning, which we just saw this morning. All right, but basically Tesla share came off, all right, because you see, the way they write, right, they write that, okay, Tesla beat the Wall Street earnings, revenue, and all this stuff, right? But they don't really tell you why the share price come off. Don't really actually tell you that. But of course, we all know, right, because they sell Bitcoin and they actually have a lot of money from the regulatory credits. So the car sales wasn't fantastic. It's not the car sales that make the money. It was this two part. So that's why the market see deeper and they realize that, hey, this is not what you want to see. And that's why the market sold off. And Tesla did not give their projection for next year. So that brings a next concern. And of course, on the flip note, right, on the economy note, right, the home prices has just registered the biggest gain in 15 years. All right. And of course, the consumer confidence is also up. So consumer confidence is up, right? This home prices is up. So everything is up. All right, the question is this, all right, can the people continue to sustain? That is the big question. And usually when we see something like this, traders, you have to be very, very, very careful, all right? I just keep on saying this. The market will still be up, but you need to be very careful. Wait for a reasonable, good pullback to buy will be a better choice, if you ask me. So in terms of fundamental news right now, right, everybody's waiting for the today's earnings to be out. And this... Tesla obviously is still in the limelight for its selling off, but again, not much detail this morning. So in terms of news, it's just about tonight FOMC and the bigger company. All right. So let's just review what happened yesterday, a short one. All right. Now we saw this yesterday. The opening price for this Dow Jones was between the opening of the pivot one. It's below pivot one. Yesterday was an inverse pivot, right? So they work the same way. So below OP, below pivot one is a sell. But because the KSI is green in color, right? So the downside will be limited, right? So if you want to sell this Dow Jones yesterday, right, you can sell below OP, below P1, because that is the lower band of the pivot, right? But because KSI is green, you must buy back your position. So if you actually remember what I just said, then you can take a look, right? So the market for Dow Jones, initially it went up first, nothing wrong, it was okay. But it did not hit KTR plus one. When the market doesn't hit KTR plus one on the KSI green day, right? Yesterday during the revision, I mentioned before that when the market KSI is green and the market cannot go past KTR plus one, right? It's actually weak. So when the market pulls back down, you can see once it loses the pivot one and OP, the market came off quite strongly. If you miss the first wave, the second wave is here. All right, the third wave is here. Now this one is a BNB. So that's why this one, after the market came down, break the OP, right, the selling was much faster. But what is incredible, do you notice this? The last 45 minutes to 1 hour, right, the market is down so much, but the KSI just cannot go down. And if you cannot go down, right, there's another thing to look out for. Do you notice this? Okay, do you notice that? There's a KSI jump. Now, I already tell people this, that whenever you see a KSI jump, look out for potential buy up soon. It may be instantly, it may be a little bit later, but usually it does happen. So you can see after that, right, the market did a CCRY, and of course, eventually you can see the market actually went up. So all this tells you that, right, the KSI is very powerful. If this is a very good indication, but you just cannot lose it blindly, you need to wait for it to have a color change for it to present itself to you, okay? So got an idea? That is the Dow Jones recap for yesterday. Pretty slow day in a way, but there's still opportunity to make. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at today's market, shall we? Hang Seng is flickering between the opening price, try to recover, but now it's still back down again. China A50 is down, clearly is down today, likely may break low of yesterday. So let's look at the Dow Jones to start off this morning. Okay, now Dow Jones, as I mentioned to you, the trend is still intact. The uptrend is still intact. So there's no much reason for you to sell unless you're taking a risk trade to sell on the Dow Jones with the risk, calculated, all right? So let's take a look yesterday, right? MLP was there. So the Dow Jones hit the MLP, reversal, and sold off. That's the reason why yesterday the Dow Jones came off on a technical ground. Now, in terms of MA30, we are getting nearer and nearer and nearer. Today, MA30 for the Dow Jones, the MA30, excuse me, the MA30 is at 33,720 range. Okay, so we are now about 200 points away. Would the Dow Jones come down? I think so, likely, because the market has came down this particular level many times. Every time when the Dow Jones go to 33,720, right, for 4 days in a row, the market rebound. So now write it down somewhere, guys. If the Dow Jones later on do drop down to 33,720, look out for buy here. I repeat myself. If the Dow Jones go down to 33,720, consider to buy back some position there. Because the last 4 times we see this. Now, of course, if you think, Cal, can I buy back some? And then I stay adventurous a little bit. I suspect that it may go down to test the trend line you draw. Can I do that? Of course you may. No problem, guys. This is what I call strategy. You write down your game plan first and you trade according to game plan. And last but not least is today's the MLP, and I'll move it down. Now this is the second day in a row, the MLP, the market is shifting MLP downwards, right? So this exercise also tells me that maybe traders must be careful. The market may really do a pullback first just to complete this wave, okay? So traders, you just have to take note, okay? All right, so be careful in case Jerome Powell says something, it may change, holding again, all right? But that is not for now. This is what we are seeing, okay? Cool. All right, now talk about the weekly chart. Not very nice. The weekly chart shows that the market most likely will be trading below the trend line, right? So if it does that, that's all right. This will give you insight that the market next week will be coming down further. So traders, you need to watch out for this, okay? Traders, you need to watch out for this. Okay, so let's look at today's Dow Jones, shall we? Oh, Hang Seng has recovered again. You can see that Hang Seng is trying its best to recover because the KSI is green. I tell you guys, when the KSI is green, right, downside will be quite limited. See, that is why you need to know more stuff. Okay, okay, let's look at the Dow Jones first for today. Now, Dow Jones today opening price is very, very near, and today is another inverse pivot. Again, today is another inverse pivot. Now, I really, in my opinion, I have not seen inverse pivot so rapid, so many times in a row, right? So this is telling you that really, I'm telling you, my friends, this is going to be a big movement soon, okay? That means that, right, this Dow Jones will have big movement soon. I really don't know which side to pick, all right? Even though I'm still thinking that fundamentally a pullback down of 4 to 8% makes a lot of sense, okay? All right, so today the pivot one is 33,900. So which means that as long as the Dow Jones stay above 33,900, we are still pretty safe. But if the market trade below 33,900, then we do expect to see some support at 33,710, the one I just mentioned earlier. All right, so this is something to think out for. And of course, the KSI is green in color. So with KSI green in color, right, the downside will be kind of limited. Okay, kind of limited. So unless something big happen or announcement or a black swan event, then maybe we see bigger movement. All right, so at the moment now, we just have to wait for a while. Okay, all right, clear? Okay, all right, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at NASDAQ. The NASDAQ yesterday pulled back, missed the all-time high by a fraction of it. So, but again, as long as it stays above the MA30, who knows, the NASDAQ may challenge the high one more time. So a bit too early to call on NASDAQ, so I'll just leave it down there. But at the moment right now, we do see a very interesting support at 13,740 because look at it, this is exactly the Dow. There are some support here, and the MA30 now is somewhere also at the same level. So 13,740 would be the level to watch out for, okay, for the NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ today is between the pivot 1 pivot 2. KSI is green, so upside is still going to be there. S&P 500 also sideways now. MA30 I pump it up higher, and that's 41.21 level. Okay, the 95% mark is at 39.89. Okay, that's a very big drop here, so I don't think that will be possible, at least for now. All right, the MA30 is a bit far away. The MA30 is far away, so I don't think that the market will go there. But undeniable, when it's so far away, right, the market usually may be attracted towards it. So let me break below the MA30 first, then we see whether can you go down to MA200. A bit far away, but we just take a look. Okay, so that is the US equity side. Let's look at the Hong Kong once again. Right, for the Hong Kong market, it's recovered back to opening price. So overall, it's pretty positive. All right, and if you look at the Hang Seng in a 5-minute, it missed the KTR -1 by a fraction. And now it's recovering back to OP. So I suspect that this will be there for a while. All right, China A50, as you can see, it went down below the MA30 and now it's trying to recover. So as long as MA30 is on top, right, the downside is still be there. But of course, if the market can break the MA30, then the market should easily go up quite a fair bit. So let's just watch this closer for China A50. Now, DAX yesterday pulled back down. I told you guys when DAX missed the MLP, that's about 15,293. Next came down all the way to this low of 15,196. But once it reached there, you can see that it stayed above the MA30 and rebounded. All right. So for today, we kind of suspect that it will do the same thing, which means that likely the DAX will try to test the MA30 one more time. And if you can test and stay firm at MA30, this will give traders a chance to look for new all-time high. Okay, so let's just watch and see whether does this really happen. Okay, so that is DAX, that's China A50. I covered the index. Let's look at gold, shall we? Okay, gold yesterday was pretty sideways, range bound $10, but towards the end, you can see effectively the market ended at the low. And of course, now we know that the market is still coming down. Now, why is that so, right? Because of this. Okay, oh, okay, just now I restarted my computer. Okay. You can see that now the dollar index has climbed to 91 level. 91. It was actually a lower level recently. Let's take a look. All right, it was low of 90.69. Then now it's up by a bit. So that is the reason why I say that this dollar index, one is at the firm, right? Dollar will create gold downside. And of course, the one that really I'm paying close attention is the 10-year yields. 10-year yields, all right, this is the one. You can see the 10-year yields are actually moving higher. Just only a few days ago, the 10-year yields was trading at approximately here, about 1.53. And then now it's like 1.62, right? So it's about almost 1 full %. So that's the reason why I suspect that, right, some people do know what may happen tonight and they're buying in anticipation. And if the market really go according to plan, of course, bond price will go even higher. Then yields will, the bond yields will go higher. If bond yield go higher, the dollar will go higher. And if dollar go higher, gold will trade lower. Gold will trade lower, okay? So let's look at the gold recap first in terms of fundamental news. Is it a double bottom breakout fading? So people are looking at double bottom. So I always tell you this, I don't really bother by this sort of thing because who the hell know, why must it be a double bottom first? Then of course, some people say that, right, it had went through the 1780 handle but couldn't stay above it. That's why it's selling. And of course, some people say that maybe you should buy gold. It could be a good pair for pandemic, So, but of course, if the pandemic U-turn, then obviously gold will come down, right? So overall, that's the reason why gold is on the downside. Okay, so let's look at gold today. Now, gold opening price was between the pivot 1 and pivot 2. Okay, and the KSI was green. So again, if the market come down, we do suspect that gold will not end at day low, right? And of course, below OP is a sell. So it did came down, touch the KTR, touch the KCB at 1776 perfectly. All right, it also went down to test the 170, but it didn't really go down. So overall for this gold, all right, yesterday was more towards the downtrend. Okay, more towards the downtrend. And you can see that the price really came down, touches the KTR -1 because the KSI is green, remember? The day chart KSI is green. So when the market comes to KTR -1, you know that could be a buying opportunity. And I think some of you have bought it and then the price went up. Then of course, there's no trigger and anything else except for here, CCYR below OP. So if you go and short it here, nothing wrong. But if you notice that the market hit the KTR -1, it started to stay there and recover, then of course, traders can take the advantage to take some profit first. Okay, all right, so that's what happened to gold yesterday before ending up at the lower end. So let's look at gold today. Right, this is gold today. Not very nice, okay? Gold today now has went a low of 1766 earlier. All right, now it's testing my trend line at the one that I draw for you, right? Can you see that? So if gold can stay above this downtrend line, downtrend channel midpoint and recover, then gold will go much higher. But if gold doesn't have that intention, and you can see right now, it doesn't have that intention, right? If it has to stay above the 23.6% level, that's for 1770 level. And the MA30 is close by. The MA30 is somewhere near about 1757. So my personal suspect is this: if gold can come down to the MA30, like what I saw in the other market, if gold can come down to this point here and stabilize and later on break above the trend line, then I think for gold to go higher will be a good idea, right? That means the chance of gold going higher will be there. Okay, that is my personal take. If gold can stabilize at 1757 area. Okay, so that is the way I look at for gold. Okay, but of course, if gold price goes below, if gold price really goes below the MA30, right, then must be careful already. If gold price go below MA30, traders, you need to be very, very, very careful. Okay, this is something very, very important. You must take note of that. Okay, just give me a short moment. I need to text someone. Sorry to do this on live, but no choice, it's important. Okay, betul. Okay. Then after that, the gold weekly, the gold weekly chart doesn't look good, right, guys? It doesn't look good. So if the gold weekly chart breaks below the 50% mark, and that's 1762, right? Then gold may really, really come off again. All right. So watch out for this price, 1762. It's also quite near to the MA30. So which means that, right, if gold really go below 1762, I kind of suspect that gold may pull back all the way down again. Now, yesterday during the simulation segment, right, I did share with those who attended about my personal view on gold. I think they heard me very clearly. So I will tell you the same thing here, guys. 1762, write it down somewhere. Gold key support is 1762. All right, have to really stay above it. If gold cannot stay above 1762, this could create a big problem for gold traders. Okay, so everybody must be very clear. 1762. Okay. All right, silver. Silver also pulled back down. Can you see that very beautifully? It got resisted now exactly at the trend line. And likely silver will pull back down to the MA30 also. So traders also must watch this point once again. So the silver is following the thing to the T. When something follows to the T means that if the market do explode above it, right, the upside can be quite tremendous. Okay, so that is silver. Let's look at this gold today for our own chart. Not good, right? Today, the opening price for silver is actually below, it's slightly above the P2. So when gold go below P2, it'll be below OP, and below P2 is a sell, right? So but KSI today is still green in color. So if you sell CCRY at KTR -1 to -3, you must look to buy back. That's how it works. So if you follow rules, okay, now you can see that the gold has really come off to KTR -1. So if the market can hang around here, if you see CRY, gold may actually do a bit of recovery. But if gold cannot stay up above the KTR -1, it may continue to test KTR -2 and so forth. If you look carefully now, right, KTR -2 is near the 1762 level. So that's why if you are aiming at to buy back for gold 1762 level, right, it's a KTR -2 level, it might be a touch and go. So traders need to watch out for that. Okay. So personally, to short make more sense, then I'm also aiming at 1762 actually, just to see whether can it hit. Okay, guys. So that is the gold MAO right now. Okay, so basically I covered gold, I covered the US equity market. All right, is there any questions for me? If no question, can hit the word no. Because actually in Facebook, you all can use the love button, like button. I know that you guys are hearing me, but in this Zoom, right, a bit hard, right? You're not able to interact with me. Okay, so okay, guys, if you have no question, I can see that. Oh, Dex, yeah, sorry, my friend. Gosh, I forgot about it. Hey, I thought I said about Dex just now. Okay, anyway, Dex, I did say just now. Okay, DEX basically the MLP is there. So DEX, as long as they above the MA30, that is about 15,180, right? DEX should be still going up. All right, DEX. All right, yesterday DEX came down, nearly missed the MA30, right? And then went back up. So MA30 must watch, very close, very important technical level. Okay. Oil, I haven't do yet. Okay, I can do a quick one now on oil. Hold on. Okay, oil today not so nice. Oil is trading below the OP and the pivot 2 level. So oil may pull back, but because oil KSI is green in color, so the downside itself is kind of limited. Okay, right now the thing is this oil definitely plays its part. Later on, if you can stay on, the second part of MAO, right, I'll cover oil and then let you see a very interesting phenomenon on oil. Okay, if you can hang on until the second part of the MAO, especially the last slide of it. Okay. Okay, so guys, we're going to go into the alternate market views right now. Okay, so if you are not comfortable to stay on, please leave right now. Leave the Zoom chat. Thank you so much once again. If you want to stay on to hear some alternate views, right, stay on. I'll start in 10 seconds time. Okay, guys, you're still around? Okay, good. Let us continue our alternate market views. All right, this is going to be very interesting, especially last slide. Especially last slide, you must stay around, okay? Now, this is the US CCC high yield corporate debt. Right now, the high yield corporate debt, because these are junk bonds. Junk bonds and the triple C rating. Now, triple C rating means what? Meaning, right, high yield, meaning they give a lot of interest. But you realize that, right, the high yields are now at very low price, at very low level. The last time so low was back in 2014, okay? Now, why do I need to bring this up? Because we must understand this, when the stock market is climbing up very well, right, okay, basically people will not enter these sort of triple C bonds. It's only when the stock market not doing well, right, then in order to cover the books, right, they start to go into the triple C bonds because they want the high return, okay? So now at the moment, you can see very clearly, the market is very complacent. They're very happy whatever they have now. The moment if you see the triple C rating bonds, right, start to go higher, right, that is whereby things will get into serious trouble. Okay, that means that the stock market is getting very serious trouble already. All right, so this one you need to watch out for this, but still now at the moment we are quite cool, so no worries on that. Now you can see that over the last few days, you can see that the all the 2 year, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 30 years yield, right, all went up, right, together at the same time. So why is that so? Because they are expecting something to be spoken today during the FOMC meeting. So today, 2 a.m., you need to be ready there online to watch this. It's going to be critical, all right? So if you are staying online, I'll see you online because I will be online later on at 2 a.m., okay? Singapore time, of course. Now, the 10-year yields, as I told you guys, they will bottom out about 1.54%, and indeed it really happened. And now it's actually moving edge up, right? So the thing is this, the last time when we see the yield going up, right, the market made a hoo-ha of it. So will this happen again? I believe so too. So that's why watch the yields. Now, of course, if the yields get pulled back, because if Jerome Powell insists that he's going to do anything, the yield will pull back, and if the yield pull back, the stock market will go higher. So this one you must take note. So don't think that today market must crash off. No. You have to watch what Jerome Powell has to say. But of course, if Jerome Powell doesn't deliver the thing that people want to hear, then if the yields start to shoot up, right, then of course you will see some of the equity market stock, like example, the NASDAQ counter get hit. Okay, now this is the commodity, this is a Bloomberg Commodity Index. Okay, you can see that, right? 11 days in a row already, keep on going higher, right? Why is that so? Because everybody is smarting one another, the costs keep on increasing. So from transportation to usage to consumer, and lastly of us, right, the people who are receiving it, all this is how everybody's just adding costs onto it, right? So the cost of aluminium goes up, they put the cost into the manufacturer price increases or the cost increases, they put it to the suppliers. So supplier need to earn more money, they put the cost higher to the consumer, which is us. So that's why you can see that the commodity prices up by 11 days in a row. Now, this is very important. This is an extra little sharing. Okay, this is a bit more detailed, which I prefer. Now, you can see that, right? Okay, usually at the start, transportation will be the main sector. The economy will look very weak. Then after that, right, technology will come in already. Once technology come in, the stock prices start to go up. Then after that, services, economy recovery, capital goods will increase in prices, and that's where economy get a little bit overheating. Then after that, right, bond prices will fall. See that? Remember that? Bond prices will fall. So that's why the bond prices at this stage, right, will fall. So that's why our basic materials will go up. See, this is very powerful. And if that's the case itself, right, the next thing will have to happen will be commodity prices will go up, which now also happening. And of course, energy, right? Remember I told you energy? Look at it, energy. You can see that now, energy. You see that? Wow, you see that? This is how the energy is doing. And that is the reason why, again, this is a call for concern. Okay, this everything itself happened for a reason. So this seems to be someone is basically following this piece of chart very closely, right? So what will likely happen? Inflation, exactly. When all these things is all there, inflation. Now that is whereby I was showing a friend of mine. In 2018, all right, 2018, my friend asked me this question, Cal. The time the Dow Jones was coming down, he was asking me, Cal, do you think this will be the pullback that will drop a lot? I told him not necessary. He asked me why. I said because the inflation wasn't there in 2018. And truth be told, that was where the Dow Jones actually didn't go. After it went down first initially because of the tapering tantrum. Then after that, right, the Dow went back up again. So that was where I told him that. And in 2020, where the Dow crashed off because of the pandemic, right? And obviously, asked me again, right? Do you think that the stock market will crash down? I said that it's sold down already, but something is missing. The inflation is missing. So now in 2021, today on the 28th of April, I'm telling you this, inflation is in. Inflation is in. And the rest of the thing in front is all in too. So we are actually now at the late expansion area. Late expansion already. So now we just need to wait for two things. One, there is a short interest rate hike. Now before the short interest rate hike, right, there must be one thing must happen first, which is the tapering. The tapering must happen first. The tapering, it doesn't happen, right? You don't need to worry. So for all the bulls, right, as long as the tapering is not in, you don't need to worry. But if the tapering is in, then you see movement towards defensive sector. All right, that's why you can now understand why Warren Buffett is actually entering defensive sector. And then after that, right, interest rate will start to rise. And then, of course, one leads to the other. Okay, so now what I'm trying to tell you about the crude oil then, because I want to show you something very interesting here. Okay, very, very interesting. Oh, sorry, the animation wasn't there. Hold on, give me a minute to show you the impact. Hold on. Just give me a moment, okay? Okay, now better, right? Now, this is the crude oil price the last 70 years, okay? Last 70 years. Now, back in May 1980, okay? May crude oil price went all the way up. And you notice the gray column. The gray column means recession. And crude oil was surging from $60 to $127 so fast in 1980. At that time, I only 1 year old, so I don't know it. So those who are there, you all should know what happened to crude oil. Why it went up, I also don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Then after that, it basically collapsed. And if you actually remember this, in 1980 all the way, right, when the crude oil collapsed, right, the Dow Jones also pulled back. Okay, all right. So that is the first wave of the crude oil hitting 128 back in May 2080. All right. Now, the next big wave you can see is over here, right? That is the second one. Now, the second one actually happened in June 2008. So it's a May-June period. But at the same time, we also have recession. Can you see that? The gray column tells you that the market was a recession when this happened. So the question now that I'm trying to explain to you is, are we actually there yet? Now, based on this chart here itself, right, we should see energy going up, and indeed energy has went up. Based on these two charts here itself, right, it seems to tell me that May or June, the market will hit a peak. So which means that, right, next month, May or June, we may see a peak in the crude oil market. And if that happens itself, right, that means crude oil price keep on going higher. Then after that itself, it will create a lot of inflation concern, and that may actually cause the stock market movement. And if Federal Reserve start to say that there is a possibility of tapering because of the inflation, or they think that the economy is doing a bit too good, right, then this will happen. So I suspect that, right, crude oil, in my opinion, crude oil, if any pullback right later on, right, it may actually pose upside buy again. If crude oil do go up, right, it may create upside buy again. So with that itself, right, if I put in with the conventional chart, this is conventional chart on crude oil. Can you see that? Crude oil have been basically following the MA30 very beautifully. Every time you hit the MA30, it recovers. So I suspect that, right, MA30 will be triggered soon, and that will be a good level to buy. If there's going to be there's a better reason for us to look for buying, then it'll be around $62. That is the MA200. So either we're going to stay a buy at $62.50, which is pretty near right now, or we wait for a bit more at $62.10, right? We can look to buy. Hey, it's day chart. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. This one here. No wonder getting so funny. Okay, sorry. Day chart is at here, so it's at $61.44. Okay, so watch out for this. And you look at it for triangle point of view, right? You can see that this is a triangle. All right, this is a very good triangle for this crude oil. All right, very powerful triangle, very powerful. So that means that we're going to see a crude oil movement soon. Okay, a crude oil movement soon. So it's going to be like this, which I don't think so, which my opinion should be like this. Now, of course, how to bring the crude oil up so much, right? There's two ways to bring crude oil higher, lah. Y'all know, right? How to bring crude oil price higher? There's only two ways to do it. Can you tell me what's the answer? How to bring the crude oil price higher? Anybody can tell me? Okay, yes, waffle and raspberry. Okay, yes, indeed, waffle and raspberry. There's one. Another one is that, right, there is someone can tell you that, right, they allow the prices to go up. So OPEC had to come in and say that, hey, you know what? Let us reduce supply and let the price goes up. It can happen like this, okay? So if that happen, right, obviously stock market will have two views. One is that maybe all the Chevron shares or all this sort of oil-related counter may go up. So you understand why now Warren Buffett buy into that. This is where I think he's maverick here. Go through Warren Buffett portfolio, right? You realize that, right, he actually went defensive already. So that is the reason why he sold off financial counters and technology counter, and he went defensive, which people don't understand. But if you look at it, he's been there for the last 60 years, all right? He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. So that's why I think this man, this maverick, right, know why he is doing this. So guys, if you look at it now, right, you will know exactly what to look out for already, okay? So how it goes up will be how it comes down. Shall it comes down, you will know exactly which sector to go for the kill. Then you will know where can you maximize your earnings and do it correctly. Honestly, I can tell you this, I'm very, very concerned at this area here. This is the area that I'm very concerned for a lot of Singaporean, really. All right, because a lot of my friends now, they are buying properties, you know, in the type of way you guys saw on this online advertisement, right? I know some of you are into. I just only wish and pray that, you know, things go well for you all. But if things really happen, because you see, the market went up this way and it's following it exactly to the T. So by theory itself, right, how it goes up will be how it comes down later. And if that is going to happen, right, then, you know, this sector here that a lot of people have been doing this, they may get hit. So that's why if you think you're involved already, you may want to protect yourself by doing some alternate investment so that you can actually make money for the market to cover this when this thing happens. All right, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I cannot go too deep because some of my friends are involved. So I'm just going to leave it down there. If you understand this, please key the word understand. If you don't understand, just key no. All right, about this property value price coming down. Okay, all clear? If you understand, yeah, please keyword understand. If you say no, I don't understand what I'm trying to say, then maybe like when time goes nearer, I'll tell you. Okay, all right, yeah. So those who want to invest in, get himself into some causes to do property, I will just tell you this: careful and prepare for backup. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you so much for today's MAO. Apologize for this morning technical problem. I will see you guys online again at 2 p.m. for the second part for the afternoon MAO on cryptocurrency. Okay, till then again, this is Cal signing off. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.